Chairman Orlov.
Welcome back to our morning session for September 24th. This is our 10:45, our buildings and grounds presentation. Welcome, Scott and Terry.
Okay, we do have an action item. We have the contract for propane services for next year with Valleywide.
I noticed on the agreement, it had said 1 year, but the
Yep.
contract was 3 years.
Well, that's what I wanted to do because I thought it would be 3 1-year increments. But if we do for 3 years, then it puts it over the $100,000 limit. So we just went with a 1 year this year, and then next year and put it out for bid and see if we could do a 3 year. So
But did the contract get updated correctly?
yep, that's all. It's all been signed off. I got the cover sheets right here. It's all got all the appropriate signatures, so it's all been reviewed and everything. So
I'm checking again, Scott. There was a date that was a problem that came to my attention. Did any of you guys notice anything? That there was,
I read it. That's
Yeah, it says contract end date 9/30/2028.
yes, what page are you on?
The cover page.
Oh, okay. So as long as the contract itself,
all the papers I have here are all 26.
Madam, the cover page is inaccurate, but if you look at the,
No, no, the
oh,
cover
okay,
page is
I
right.
see the date.
The one I have here, the cover page is right. So I'm not.
But we got, showed that it was through September 28th, so.
No, this
I
says
do see,
September
okay,
2026.
well, what we
on
got,
this one.
Scott, what we got,
the
Scott.
cover page
on
on
this
the
one?
legal document, yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's not part of the document or the legal document. It's just
Okay.
the review page.
I do see in the document, it
Yeah.
does say September
Yeah.
30th, 2026, so.
Yeah.
yeah. This shows 1 year written propane agreement
Okay.
on the front of it. So,
I do think it would be good to do an RFP for this next year. Make sure we're in the ballpark. There's a lot of competition up here for
Yeah, oh,
propane now. So.
there's only one other competitor that bids it. What is it? Suburban doesn't. FSC Farm Service, this is too far away, too much volume for them. Ed Stobbs is not even in the ballpark when they bid it. So that's why we didn't do it this year, because they just, we've gotten fantastic service from them, and their price has always been the lowest, so.
Okay.
But what, if we'd like to see, because we could get a discounted price if we do a multi-year, 3-year contract. So, you know, that's what I'm talking, do a request for proposal next year with a 3-year and see if we can get
Is
it.
this one of the areas that we can do it for an extended period? That's one thing we need to look at.
Yeah, we
because-
can do it. We just have to have a clause in there. And it was in the deal that, you know, any year that the county does not have the funds to support it, it's considered null and void or terminated. And that's what, you know, Oki put in there, and said that's why we can start going to multi-year contracts instead of as long as we have that clause in there. We did it with the elevator contract. That's the elevator maintenance is a 3-year contract now that we did a month ago, and it has that clause in it that if we don't have a fiscal year that we can fund the contract, it's.
Okay.
yeah, I'd be curious from their standpoint
Mhm.
that because that's a fuel that goes up and down.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
As a fuel supplier, I wouldn't want to go more than a 1 year contract.
Yeah.
I mean, what if it goes
Well-
up 10% or 20%? You know?
They felt they could, you know, because basically it's off the Bellevue rack price, the commodities, and so they bid like this is 75 cents a gallon over what the price is. So
What's the percentage plus?
if they, you know, have guaranteed locked in, maybe they can come down on that, you know, that percentage over or price over, because they know they have an extended contract.
And I get that.
And that's what they asked us, you know, can we do a
Extended
multi-year
contract
contract?
makes good sense for,
Yeah.
you know, business, but,
Mhm. Yeah.
okay, okay.
And Terry, this is for you, but maybe we could do this RFP prior to budget so we know exactly what it's gonna cost us leading into next year's budget. Okay.
All right, do I have a motion to approve?
I would move that we sign the Valley County Facilities Building and Grounds Agreement with Valley-wide Cooperative.
Seconded.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're gonna be thankful when you not have to carry all those keys around with y'all.
Yeah, Rita didn't even get up and give her presentation.
You didn't.
Robin did.
So I was contacted by an individual, Jerry Grope. He's with the Donnelly Church, and they would like us to donate the fee for 15 to 20 loads of junk wood from their fire. I guess they have a yard where they cut firewood for the needy, but they want to dump it for free up in our woody debris, and he says it's 15 to 20 loads. I don't know if we want to agree to that or not. It's a lot of waste we're going to have to process and pay to. So I don't know.
Is it from the Donnelly Church?
Yeah, so he said it's from their wood yard that they have.
The problem is religious affiliation. We have to be so careful
Yeah.
with anything that would be a contribution to a religious affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say yes to that right now without clarity if that's even something
Yeah.
that we can do legally.
You have to ask Oki.
So,
Probably something that should fall under our future grant program,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
those $200,000 that we have. Because I think we really need to keep some strong parameters, or otherwise we're just gonna continue to get these type of requests, but they could all come in under that grant program and that would just keep everything really clear.
Yeah.
I do question though the religious affiliation, if that's where it's truly coming from, is the church. So
Yeah, it says that it's kind of like they have the one as you go into McCall where he says people have brought in, junk wood and rotted wood and stuff, and it's just accumulated over the years. And I asked him how much, and he said, well, we're looking about 15 to 20 dump trailer loads, which is a pretty good volume.
wow.
How much money is that approximately?
It'd have to come in, they'd have to weigh it all in. I don't know what.
It would depend, if we're going by weight, is it wet? Is it dry? But what I think about is what it costs us to grind, because that's how we maintain our woody debris. And without the grants that we have now for this coming year, we're underwater. It costs us about $400,000 a year to grind, and we're not bringing that in for woody debris.
We are talking with the,
Forester,
what's
2 o'clock.
yeah,
Forester.
yeah,
I'm not quite
Forester,
sure,
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
That might be something that we'll
Mhm.
talk to them about, but
Yeah.
I think talk to Oki and
What's that?
see what we can do on
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Make sure we stay out of hot water.
Okay. And then on our fire inspections, we had some, they're called critical faults. We have 30 days to correct, and one is for the South Annex, and it's going to be about $18,000 bill. That's
for
it's
what?
gonna- For our fire protection, our sprinkler system.
Oh,
So I didn't know.
What's wrong with it?
Well, we have to replace the 4 corroded heads out in the north and south entrances. There's 2 heads in the mechanical room, but the heads and the entrances are on a glycol loop, which has to be drained down. Unfortunately, we cannot, the normal procedure is drain it down into barrels, pump it back in, but ours is no longer acceptable for reuse according to the National Fire Protection rules. So we have to pump brand new in at $47 a gallon. So we're looking at about $16,000 in glycol and disposal fee, and then additional labor to do the heads were about $18,300.
And that has nothing to do with remodel.
Right.
It's totally,
Well, we don't wanna do it though before they remodel it. They have to move all those heads.
No, the heads are in the entrances out there. They're out in
Outside.
the entrances, so they're glycol, so they don't freeze in the winter.
Got it.
And it's also part of the upstairs area, so they're kind of out in unheated areas. So it's the glycol loop, and there's the two heads in the mechanical room. So it's not in any of the remodel area.
Okay.
And like I say, it's
Well, it's something we have to do. I mean, we don't have a
Okay.
choice, so.
Was it missed in the inspection when it was purchased, or
I don't
that
think.
seems like something that should have come up as a,
Well, it came because we have to have our yearly inspections of all our fire systems, and that's where it was caught. And I don't think AmeriTidal or their previous owners were. We don't show any inspections for backflows for quite a while.
12.
Yeah, 2012.
oh my
So they weren't
goodness.
doing their,
2012.
Yeah.
what they were required to do, and
Yeah.
you know,
So going
That's what it
forward, I
is.
have a plan to put possibly a process in place that hopefully you guys will sign off on. If you're gonna buy a property or a building or whatever, we can have the different department heads come in and at least do some inspection and give some feedback on what it might cost to get it up to where we want it to be or need it to be to use it. If we're gonna use it as a building, it might, and, help us in the long run of budgeting for what it's gonna cost to get that building.
So just background, we bought as is. We did do inspections. But basically we bought as is because we bought it, definitely under where the seller wanted to sell it for. So we got a really good buy on that. So we knew that we would have costs in order for repairs. So they just threw in some price differential for us in order for us to complete those repairs. So we did go through that process. But yeah, it is what it is. We just have to
Okay.
have it fixed.
so do we want to pay it out of the ARPA funds or out of my
That's gonna have
maintenance
to come out
budget?
of PILT.
What?
It's gonna have to come out of PILT.
Okay.
ARPA's gonna be drained. We're gonna end up being in PILT anyway, so.
Okay.
That's not as an action item, so if you just wanna put
What's
through
that?
the, that's not an action item,
Yeah.
so if you wanna just put through the invoice and
Yeah.
Doug, if you'll just make sure that Rita knows, take that out of PILT.
Okay. So other than that, we're, things are going, they're getting after it up at the transfer site. They're supposed to pour some concrete today. They were gonna pour the whole tipping floor tomorrow, but there's a special additive that the engineers have added. Everything else is just normal concrete. But this has a special additive, and Knife River didn't get all the additive in time. So that will get pushed back to next week, but, the steel's up for the Z-wall canopies, and,
We running out of time to pour with weather?
Oh,
no,
No?
no, we're in good shape.
no, we can, into November, and stuff, so. But yeah, so most of the concrete will probably be poured out. They're pouring some of the scale, foundations and stuff. So they're getting after it, and, the Rude brought in people from back in the East Coast and everything else. People that have worked for them in the past, tying steel as fast as they can. It's a unique floor in the tipping floor is actually a double mat of a number 6 rebar. Yeah, I mean it's quite a mat under that, and like I say, it will be a special concrete mix, not to be more wear resistance and things. So
Nice.
they're after it. They're trying to get us done as quick as they can.
So does that additive, does it just make it kind of firm up and harden quicker, or?
Well, they've never done it. No one's used it up here, so they're not quite sure how it's going to go off and how it's going to finish.
Oh my goodness.
So
Some
it's gonna be-
new,
And that's a thick floor. I mean, it's like
Oh,
12,
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what it does. And I'm not quite sure they were talking about, because generally when you do thick pours like that and you do a water cure on them, you keep them wet for like a week to 10 days or 2
Mhm.
weeks. So I don't know. It wasn't anything the engineer spec'd. It was something that Dalrymple Construction brought up, because you get a better cure on your concrete if you do that. They used to, when I was still working commercial construction, they put burlap on it and keep that burlap wet for, up to 2 weeks on the thick pours stuff. So
Are they, what kind of machine are we putting in on top of that once it's ready to go?
well, they're looking and talking to somebody up here to see if they have a laser screed that they can screed it on.
I'm talking about the track hoe or whatever
Well,
we're gonna be putting in there.
Terry's pulling the track hoe, their hoe off up there and renting one, and then they're gonna put rubber tracks on it. So there's gonna be no more metal tracks in there on that and stuff.
Good.
So
Good,
everything will
good,
be rubber tracked and tired in there. So
That's good,
other than, they're running that blade across it to push it up. But
right.
Are they giving us a proposed date to be completed yet?
no, it kind of depends on the pouring and everything else. So there's not a drop dead date yet for it. So.
Is there something in the contract that gave so many dates or days or anything? I don't remember.
I don't, we've been reading the contract quite a bit here lately, and I don't recall there's, but I can go back and look at that. So, but they're, like I say, getting after it. We're, they got it ground up there again, pile all ground up, and Mara's, Firewise pile got ground up and stuff, so that bill will be coming here pretty soon. We got next Tuesday and Wednesday, we have our 5-year state elevator inspection. So Premier will be here, and they come with all the weights and put the weights in it and run them up and down, and state inspector stands there and watches it all. The South Annex one is not ready, or is not up for its 5-year yet, so it'll be another year or two before we'll be doing that next week. So we got most all our inspections for this year done, the required ones.
Or are we still meeting up at the transfer site tomorrow?
Yeah, 1 o'clock, walk through, yeah. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. On the 8th, we'll have, your October 8th meeting, we'll have 2 proposal openings, should be. One will be for the boiler replacement, and then one will be for landscaping and snow removal and stuff, so.
Are we coming on hiring somebody?
Still out there.
Yeah,
We did pick up a custodian though.
Okay.
But he currently lives out of state and will take about 4-ish weeks to get here.
Have a place to stay?
He does.
Oh,
He
good.
does. He has family here and he'll move directly in with them.
Oh,
So
nice.
that should be
That's a good
an
thing.
easy transition for him.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, we still haven't hit anything on the HVAC journeyman yet, knock on wood, hopefully.
You want to reconsider that and just get a laborer?
I would like to keep it open for a while because, I don't know that we have like a super loud broadcast across the valley of we're hiring. I don't know how far it goes out per se. I don't know where he advertises besides Valley County website. I'd like to hold off for a little
Applications
bit.
from everywhere, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to Mike, and if you're not getting applications though, you may want to consider
Yeah.
just a regular laborer to get somebody in to help, so.
That is a possibility too. We're also talking about a temporary employee in lieu of, spread the gap. Give it some time.
Check with, the electrical, or not electricals, but the HVAC inspectors. Gotta proselyte him.
Yes, yes.
He might make more than we want to pay
Oh, no,
for that
no,
kind
I
of
trust you. I can
person.
tell you what they make, but no. It's bad.
Goodness.
For the state?
Oh, for the state, we don't have any electrical inspectors anymore up here.
Yeah.
They're gone.
I don't know.
Gone.
I don't know.
other than that, I think
That's
anything
it.
else?
ICI does moves, $250 an hour.
Okay,
One supervisor, at least 4 workers.
Okay. And
We'll
if
have
they-
to pay mileage. I'm in process of trying to see if we can house them here so that we don't have to go back and forth, because that will affect, they have to be back at a certain time.
Okay.
And I'm also trying to gather as much information on how much we want moved over there, so we can gauge how many days we're gonna need them, how many hours, how many days. I'm
Are they,
expecting probably 2 days.
so they're gonna be moving everybody, but are they the same group that's bringing up
That I don't know yet. I don't know.
because that's the same company?
Right, and they're putting everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be the same group. She forwarded me to her supervisor, which handles all the moving stuff, so they may set up to be the same group, and then that group stays hopefully over here if
Yeah.
they've done it before, but I don't know what situation they're in until they tell me. So,
So we told Jeremy this morning, 24th, 25th, 26th of October. And then ITD will be moving November 3rd for the MV, so that's what we're shooting.
and when will we know
The
for
20th,
sure?
the 20th is when Mike's wanting to turn the building over, all clean, done, out of there.
Okay, and does he feel like he's gonna meet that?
He feels like he's gonna hit that.
Okay.
So then the 21st, they can start setting up desks.
I would think so.
So you're talking the 20th of October or November?
Mm-hmm.
October.
20th October.
So, are we shutting down offices here to move? Are we focusing on weekend moves only?
That's why we were trying for the 24th, because they're pretty much shut down on the 24th, or on Fridays anyway. I mean, we
Okay.
will notice that Friday, but if we could do it in 3 days and then give them, you know, hopefully they can be at least somewhat sorted by Monday.
Yeah.
They'll just take that.
Be interesting.
Planning and zoning and building are definitely the two that, you know, they get the most people coming in immediately, so. But yeah, I mean, if they could do it 24th, 25th, they should be down there enough to where the staff could work on the 26th to organize a little bit and get stuff set up for
Yeah.
following Monday.
And I did want to make sure everybody's aware, I did send out an email. We cannot use the upstairs for any type of storage. It's against fire code.
Oh, interesting.
That's our mechanical room. So the only thing we can
can't
store up
put
there,
Filing cabinets up there at all?
nope. Only thing we can store up there is things that are required for the maintenance of the equipment that's up there. That's it. So
You're
like
talking about
filters, belts.
The
Stairs
mezzanine,
go
yeah,
all
the
the way.
mezzanine area
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, they shouldn't be putting anything up there anyhow.
Yeah,
Well,
nothing,
that's
we
the
can't
first
use
we've
that.
heard of that.
Yeah,
That was gonna be long-term storage.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
in the upstairs, up the stairs.
Yeah.
That's all those mechanical. No, I wouldn't. That's not a good idea.
Well, that's the first time we've heard of it, so we may need to buy a Connex and put down there somewhere.
So I don't know what the plan is for this other part of the building, but we were thinking of long-term storage that they don't need to access right now.
Yeah.
Just stay here till we figure it out, and then what they do need to access, whether it's, you know, monthly, daily, weekly, whatever, we'll get down there.
Okay.
I think
But this
between
won't come
P and Z
down.
and buildings, we're gonna have to use that conference room for storage for both of them. Or not storage, but you know, for all of their filing stuff that they use daily. So there's no other place.
Oh, yeah, that's a big room.
Yeah, it's a big room.
Have fun.
Yeah,
That's laid plans.
yeah.
Well, this conversation's been ongoing for a year, and I'm not very happy about the fact that we would have that much paper to go down there still. I mean, we've been asking that everything be electronically converted for a long time now.
Yeah.
And so I'm not very happy that we aren't a little more further along in that. Yes, this will suffice for the short term, but also that building was specifically, I mean, we've had 15 conversations about layout. And so if there needed to be something different, we should have had that long before now. So you can feel my frustration,
Yeah.
but it is what it
I
is.
hope you know my
And so
frustration walking in the last minute.
I understand.
I'm trying.
I understand, not blaming it, not putting this on you at all. But yeah, we should have, well, anyway, it is what it is. We will move forward and work it through. And yeah, we'll just have to do some long-term storage until it can be
Maybe we
electronically.
can set up a space in there where, you know, you're scanning documents. you know, on your spare time, you come over here and we get them scanned in. You
It's
know.
been the request for the 7 years I've been here, so good luck with that.
So I didn't think planning and zoning was gonna have to keep anything in the conference room. Last I
So
discussed, they thought they had,
Hannah just sent me,
I mean, they've got,
I thought
An
it was all
email.
Annette's Plans. also.
Annette needs that space for all her plans that they have to access daily, monthly, they,
Active, yeah, or all
Yeah.
active plans.
This
there's a
space.
whole
Yeah, you go in that
wall.
vault and it's a whole wall.
I've been there,
How
I-
much
Probably
active.
10 cabinets, file
I
cabinets, full of
understand.
stuff they have to access daily. So that's a huge space, and we have to keep egress, right? So we can't put a whole bunch of stuff behind where they're sitting, right outside the offices. So, but there is some plans to put storage there, but I don't think it's gonna be enough and keep egress for what they have to
we
use.
just need to get everything down there,
Yes,
and then we will
Sort through it.
sort through it from there.
yeah, so.
because I think that conference room's gonna be fairly busy, ultimately, and
Or-
meetings. I know, like, Cinda has meetings quite often, P and Z.
She's got the
So
others.
Our initial thought was if we could put storage towards the back of that and along the walls, we could still fit tables in there if need be.
My concern is prior planning in terms of, oh, I need this item now, but there's a meeting in the conference room.
Yeah,
And so I think, like what Commissioner Mopin said, let's get everything down there before we commit to anyone that they can store in the conference room, and let's see what can be done.
And then from there, we will have a larger conversation about electronically converting stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get it down there.
okay.
Figure it out from there. If we have to, we'll put a Connex down by the
Yeah.
fairgrounds for a while or something for longer term storage.
There's a lot of storage here. Would
Well,
be,
that's true.
like, there's no snow issues then, right? Especially for the building department, I think, because I don't think we have any
That
plans
makes
to put
sense.
anyone in that.
Right. Well, it's gonna be my office, but I'm just
Oh, is
kidding.
it? Okay,
No,
good.
just kidding, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going to the dungeon,
Oh, yeah, that too.
Sue's office.
I was gonna take the whole horseshoe.
Oh, you're gonna take the whole wing?
Yeah. No.
What are we doing with that building? Hold on, there's a whole other conversation we haven't heard anything about.
So, yeah, we had planned on leaving what they did not necessarily need here. But what they, and the main area is, buildings, because they have to access all those plans, and they take a lot of space to
Yeah.
store.
Go in the vault and look at that wall of active plans. I was amazed.
There's a,
And
yeah,
and-
a lot.
Yeah.
That's active plants.
It's
Yes.
all active, yeah.
And with all the
And-
growth,
and it's getting
just
added to
bigger.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I believe that she did voice that she needed a whole bunch of space, but I don't know that in the planning process, it was really understood how much they actually have, is what I'm seeing from the outside.
We may have an extra office
Okay.
that is a freestanding office. I don't know, but that should have been part of the conversation. We should add a file room. So commitments have been made to others now. And so let's just get it down there. It is what it is. We're just gonna work through this.
I've gone too far now.
So I'm gonna put a hold on buying any nice, pretty filing cabinets that
God,
put
do
stuff
not
in
buy.
until,
Don't we have a whole building over here of filing cabinets? We get rid of all
nothing
those?
that matches down there.
Okay.
And the stuff that
Not
she's got
any-
back
not
there
any-
is
not anymore.
ugly,
We
it's
don't
old,
have them anymore.
We don't?
yeah,
Okay.
so,
They
I
got
mean,
crushed up.
Fortunately, they have county vehicles, and it's not a long ways. For now, they can come back and forth.
Yeah.
they might have to take their customers with them. Or put them on hold.
They may have to make
Have a seat, I'll be
appointments.
right back.
Yeah, maybe
It was online,
I want to make sure you have this back.
Cloud permit should allow a lot more things to happen online. So,
yeah, thank you.
you know, that might,
Because those are neat.
Yeah, they are.
be something that, you know, we are gonna look at the entire process. A lot more of it's gonna be online. There'll be a lot more permitting online. People won't have to come down here in order to do that. I mean, that's the whole purpose of spending money on technology.
I'm
More
just,
to follow.
yeah, more to come, yeah. Thinking maybe when we redo the parking lot, maybe we can build in a plan for long-term storage, possibly? Not that you wanna just give a reason to hold on to more paperwork.
We have a lot of room down where the assessor is right now. I mean, all of that could be long-term
That's right,
storage
all of
down.
them are going to. Yeah.
We have a lot of vacant spaces that are not appropriate for office, but would be appropriate for long-term storage.
We get quiet
And if
around
you
here.
get any pushback, definitely send them our way since
Yeah.
we're the ones that are communicating this directive of, we're gonna wait and see before we make any definitive purchases or plans.
Okay, just
Absolutely.
load it over there and go.
Yep, exactly.
It's gonna work.
All right, we're out of time unless there's something important.
Okay,
Great.
we're done. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Is Miss McKenzie
She's
online?
Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm here for Jeff's.
Perfect.
Piggybacking on Jeff's meeting.
I have seen you more in the last week than I have in a long time.
Here.
Art. Cold in here.
Yes.
Thank you.
I walked in, I
Thank
think,
you
well,
for
I
that.
know, and then it'll get hot.
It's perfect in here.
I'm not gonna say a word. I didn't touch it.
Neil and I are always hot.
I didn't touch it this
Yeah.
morning, so.
Heater and put under my counter.
Yeah.
Up next on our agenda is our Public Relations Officer, Mackenzie Kramer. Hi, Mackenzie.
Hello. How are you all?
Good.
Good.
Good. All right. Well, in the interest of time, I'm going to dive into my quick reporting and then we can talk about. I've got 4 questions for you today. So here we go. Facebook, looking at our social media over the last 30 days, we've seen about 110,000 impressions on our social posting, which has resulted in about 10.2 thousand engagements, 800 post link clicks, and our engagement rate sits at 9.5%, which is actually up about 2% from the last 30 days. And in terms of industry standard is very high. So we like engagement rate. Sometimes our engagement is not always on the positive side of things, but our people are seeing our content and engaging with it. So I don't think we can be sad about people seeing the information we're putting out. Follower wise, we have grown 50 by 55. So we're just sitting 4,933 fans and 5,400 followers, which is a little confusing, but you can follow a page without actually liking a page. So that's where those numbers come into play.
So
Um,
if you're a fan, that means you like the page.
Yes. Yep. You've actually liked the page, but you can follow the page without having actually liked the page.
So they may not like us, is what you're saying.
They might not like us, but they follow us. Yep. Exactly. This last month we published 30 posts, and as of this morning, the one with the highest engagement is the most recent post we did about the adoption of the new McCall impact area, which I think is to be expected. So that's a little peek into our social media. In terms of website, we're down a little bit from last month. I just think it's about the time of year and what kind of information people are seeking. So we still had about 8,500 active users. 7,000 of those were new users. People are looking for a lot of stuff as it relates to the assessor's office this year. Out of our kind of top 10 pages, property assessment, assessor's office, various pages within their menu have been hit. That was in the 4 of the top 10 pages had to do with the assessor, the transfer site, sheriff's office, meeting dashboard, and area webcams were sort of the other main hit pages. A lot of those kind of cycle through, but obviously people are looking at assessments at this point in time. In terms of our user attributes, who are these people? What are they doing? Most of them, again, are still coming from our area. Boise, Phoenix, Salt Lake City. Phoenix and Salt Lake City are a little misleading because I think depending on your internet service provider, it might route out of Salt Lake City. If you have Sparklight, I think a lot of those come through Salt Lake City. So just kind of take that with a grain of salt. McCall, Seattle, Nampa, and then San Diego are our top cities that are looking at our website. Does anyone have any questions about those stats at this point? No. Okay. As I was looking through just kind of what we have coming up for content and promotion, I think I had mentioned it in an email, but I do think as we move forward with some of these impact area dates that are coming up and the process of the public hearings that are coming up, I think it might be good to create like an FAQ or a talking points type document that just outlines the facts. It could be something that is circulated to all employees as well, because you are not the only ones that will get questions about it. But I think we've done this for some other, when things hit the ballot and stuff like that, it's good to just make sure everyone has the facts in front of them, and then also be able to point people to, if someone really wants additional information, make sure that they're sending them to, planning and zoning, or directing them to an appointed commissioner if they want additional information. So I'd like to kind of get your feedback on that, but I think that might be something that would be nice so that everyone has just the same information, and we make sure that we put it out there so that people are well informed as we come upon some of these dates that are happening. Does that sound reasonable?
I think that's a good plan.
Okay. What I can do is develop maybe a working list to start with, and then I would love your guys' input on, and perhaps planning and zoning as well. If Cinda can maybe give her input on additional points that we want to make sure that people are really clear about, I think would be great. So I can get the initial list in the works and send those your way early next week if that works.
That would be great. Cinda's out for 2 weeks, but she is checking emails, so I'm sure that she'll
Okay.
prioritize this while she's out.
Okay.
We're out the first too.
Oh yeah, we don't have a meeting on the 1st, but we
Okay.
could solidify it on
I
the
think-
8th.
Perfect. And I think if I can get a draft and then we plan to maybe present and approve at that point, so everyone has seen a draft so that we can kind of get things moving, plan for the 8th. I'm just going to write that down. Okay. Perfect. And then I did just see a note about the grant program. So it looks like that's going to be in the works as well. I just forwarded an email based on kind of where we had left off. So that'll get picked back up as well.
Thank you.
And then I also, I haven't seen, do we have a date on when the annex, I get the old Maritidal building is, all of those services are opening? I wasn't sure if we had an actual set date. I know we've talked about transitions, but I wasn't sure if there was a date.
We will be down there and open on the 27th of October is what the
Okay.
plan is. We will need some messaging around the fact that we will be moving offices on the 24th. So we will be closed on Friday, the 24th. We will be moving on the 24th, 25th, settling on the 26th, and open on the 27th. And then DMV is moving on November 3rd. IT people have to come and move them. So hopefully will be closed on the 3rd and open on the 4th. But we need to clarify that with Sue as we go, just to make sure that they will only need 1 day to get everything completed.
Okay. Continuing to open on the 4th. Okay, will you guys give me just a quick verification of what offices are moving? I guess on the public service side of things, the DMV, what else is moving over there?
Planning and zoning,
Planning
Our-
and zoning, okay.
building permits, and the assessor's office.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I will just check in with all of those departments as well and just make sure there's 3. And make sure that we've got that ready to message. I know we've got a ways out, but we'll be prepared for that
Yeah,
one. That'll
perfect.
be great. Okay. Let's see, program. The only other question from my side is more of a housekeeping thing. I had sent a contract a while back as we were just starting discussions on budget and stuff like that, and I just hadn't heard back. So I wasn't sure if I needed to work with somebody about a contract for the upcoming
We
fiscal
actually-
year.
We have it here to approve today.
Oh, look at that.
So my question, so we've got 45,000. My question for you on it is that we're doing a monthly billing retainer of 37.50 or at the hourly rate of 100. So the hourly rate of 100, is that just for you, Mackenzie, or do you have somebody else working now that is a different rate, or how, or do we just choose between those two? How do we know what?
So we're, I guess, a couple of things. Yes, I have more people working with me. I've got 3 full-time ladies that do various things. There's one that runs our content, Addison. She's been helping me out. Everything still runs through me, but she helps organize primarily the social posting and monitoring of the comments and things like that. Part of it is just budget-wise or how you want to do it. So I guess the rate's the same no matter who's working on it. It's just our agency's rate. Technically, our rate at this point is $150 an hour, but we've been pretty low on that for several years. So it's an increase, but not our max increase. And so that's where the $100 comes in. We're happy to track the time and do that. It's just with a retainer, we're able to offer kind of a discounted hourly rate for kind of the spreading it out in a consistent manner across the 12 months. So I guess I would leave that to you as to where you want to do that. If we went with $100 an hour, it'd obviously be slightly less hours used, but it would fluctuate based on the work that we do in each month, right? Rather than a retainer, which is just kind of solid and gives us an easier budget is where I'm at.
So what I'm looking at is like 37 hours a week or a month, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So is that on average of kind of what you're spending?
Yeah.
You know?
So, yep. And so I averaged it out over the course of the last 2 years to get us sort of an idea of what we were actually spending. And it definitely fluctuates. Obviously, there's some months were a little lower, some months were a lot higher. And so this was just an average across the board where I thought we would land if we were to spread it out over 12 months. We don't have to do that. We can continue tracking hourly, knowing that we have that kind of cap at the budget. It just will mean that there will be some months will be higher than that and some months will be lower. So
Okay, perfect.
I don't know if that makes an impact to you all.
That was just my questions and clarity since we haven't looked at this for a while. Do you have any questions? I think. Do you have any questions? Do you have a preference on which way we go?
Are you talking to me?
No,
Or
I'm,
to each
I'm
other.
looking at
Okay.
my commissioner, sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I have input.
Oh, I know one other thing that had been called out. The strategy, planning, and meeting attendance. So I know your meeting attendance here, but what is strategy and planning? Is that
So,
just for posts?
well, it would be similar to like this impact area requires, in my opinion, more strategy than just posting. It's
Oh, okay.
strategy.
That
There's
makes
several
sense.
departments I've worked with that have asked for marketing strategy planning, like looking at a 12-month thing. Good example is working with Mara on the Firewise stuff. Like we sat down and did a full marketing overview of what her 12 months should look like, what content should be posted, where ads could be placed, et cetera, et cetera. So strategy and planning sort of falls into that, just that. The planning, not the actual execution of it's not actually designing, it's not writing the content, it's not posting the content, it's kind of making the plan on how it all looks from a top level.
Okay. What do you guys?
I'd say the 37.50, and then if if we have an emergency or something where we need to go over, then that's an approval. I think it's just, then we can set a budget and stay within it.
I'm good with that. That'd be fine.
I don't know what we're spending now, so I don't. Okay. I think we hear a motion then. You want to make a motion?
Is it okay to do it now?
Oh, wait.
Commissioner
There's nothing on there for a action item.
Oh, there is at 11:55. Let's just go ahead and do it now while we're here.
I would move that we sign a marketing services contract with Meadowlark Marketing.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we'll
Aye.
do that on the monthly
Do we want to
$37.50 retainer.
put that number in with the
Yeah, we
motion?
probably should do that with the motion. Do you want to amend your motion to include
At
the
the monthly amount of $3,750.
the amendment?
I'll second that.
And all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. What else? Besides the fact we're getting hammered on many things.
That was my list. I would say also, if you need any support on anything else, let me know. I'm kind of assuming that the impact area will take up a lot of discussion and focus for the next 3 months. So that's where I was going to kind of focus my energy. But I also think being able to push out some information about the grant program and some of the things that are also happening as we do this kind of stuff would be great. So timing wise, I think we've got a lot of good information to push out there. So.
Hey. Great. Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Up next is our 11:30, the Road and Bridge presentation. Director, or I guess you're not Director McFadden. Mr. McFadden. Kind of interim director?
Sure.
Okay. Whatever works.
Call me whatever you want.
Don't say that, Jeff.
I get called everything anyway, so.
Oh, believe us. We understand that one.
His guy told me that he wasn't going to move his truck the other day. It's like, I couldn't believe that.
What?
I'm digging out that culvert there. He's parked across the road. I had to go in. I pulled up beside him. I said, "You need to move that truck." "Yeah, I ain't moved that truck." He did.
Okay. Let me start with just a quick update on the roads. So our LRI roads that we get the fuel taxes for our lump sum, they did inspections this year and a lot of them were backcountry roads. We flunked 12.5 miles.
Whoops.
We're still going to get paid this year. We're going to leave them on the improved road, but I want to talk to you guys in a workshop or something about some of these roads that are so far back there. It's not worth our time to go back there and spend a month leading a road that the UTVs tear up in 2 days. We can't keep up with them. And hire a contractor, but they're going to charge us more than what we're getting.
Are these fertile roads?
Yep.
So we need a workshop with the Forest Service.
Yep.
And us. Okay.
Yep.
Because Forest Service could help us out if they wanted to. Is that right?
If they're fertile roads, they usually don't touch them.
They just don't touch them at all.
Right.
The fear in the public's, and maybe when Gordon signed these back in 2006, they threatened to close them. They're not going to close these roads.
No.
Their maintenance schedules 4 to 5 years on most of these roads, so they will stay open. But they're just. I've been talking to the Greg Wallingford down at ITD, and he's kind of helping push the message out there about the UTVs.
And we've got to have some kind of mitigating funding to work on
We're
this
getting
stuff.
gas tax off the UTVs, but the damage they're causing,
Oh,
and it's not always speed. It's just the way they're designed with the low pressure tires and the locked rear axle, and
they just slide
I'm
around the
just-
corners. And
I'm just thinking to myself, if we're back there once a year and we're already failing, if those roads are not maintained for every 5 years, they're not gonna be drivable.
So the main road is from from basically Stibnite to Lightning Point, which is Thunder Mountain.
Mhm.
That's where all but 2 miles of this road is.
Oh, okay.
And that is way back there.
Yeah, that's way back there.
There's
That's
no
Right, well, let's
residences.
put
I was
that on an
reading all
agenda,
that.
Jeff, so we
Okay.
can actually have that conversation, but let's invite them in and have conversations about the further roads and what's
Okay.
happening.
Yeah, when
That's the
We
only
need
one that I
that.
have in mind.
when we left the mine and came back, Faye and I were leaving from that dog and pony show on Friday, and we pulled in Yellow Pine. There had to have been about 30 side by sides all lined up there in Yellow Pine. I'm going, I don't know where our roads
Either
are.
went down Johnson Creek or over Lick Creek.
Johns Creek was like a highway. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful all the way in.
Yep, they just bladed it and they're getting ready to shoot their road stabilizer on it if they're not already doing it.
It looked like they had it on some.
Maybe
of
they
it.
already had it on some of it.
They had some of it already done.
Okay,
It was great.
yeah, it's nice when it's smooth,
Oh yeah.
but it only takes a weekend of Harmonica Festival or just 4th of July or something and it's just destroyed.
Just goes, yeah.
I'm afraid to look to see what High Valley looks like after the highway closure from the fatality down at Banks. We just got done blading it about 3 weeks ago. And if that highway was closed for 12 hours like I'm hearing, High Valley's destroyed again.
Oh my goodness.
Haven't heard anything.
We have.
Oh, have you?
Mhm.
We're hearing it on the dust up there. They want dust mitigation.
Yeah, the dust.
Everybody wants dust mitigation.
They started putting the new shop up. The steel's starting to go up this week, starting to actually look like something.
Yay.
Granite is working on little patches on West Roseberry off the highway. Some of those really bad utility crossings that have been haunting. I got a grant through LTAC to fix a big area through there, so Granite's going through there. And I don't know if they're going to be able to meet the match limits on that, but the $100,000 grant, we get the $100,000 back after we spend it.
Cool.
You're
Oh,
gonna do
thank-
the-
I was going to thank you for the deal leaving the Donley intersection going to the fire station.
That's what I'm talking about.
That dip is gone now.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a huge, all the complaints we've been getting for 3 years, I have yet to receive one thank you except for
Yeah.
yours. And the city of Donley thanked me, but nobody else has.
Is ITT gonna fix their holes that are coming off the main highway?
Nope. They say they're ours.
In their right of way?
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'll have that conversation with them.
They're weird about that.
Something else we need to involve the city of Donley in is the agreement on West and East Roseberry. I think that needs to be, we haven't signed it since 2017 for maintaining those 2 roads through the city limits.
Mhm.
I think we need to redo that, but do snow removal only.
Okay. Why
The
don't you
city of
send us-
Donley's getting lot tax.
Why don't you send us that document so we can
Okay.
take a look at it?
Other than that, we can get started on these development agreements. Unless you got questions about other roads or where we're at, what we're doing. Paver patching, we're still doing that. West Mountain's done, I believe, from McCall to the end of the pavement. That's all been mandated.
Yeah, I appreciate you sending that deal on those further roads. That was, I mean, it lined out what each road looked like and the dips and the, did you do all that?
Oh, I sent you the LRI stuff from Greg
Yeah.
Wallingford. Yeah, that's what those roads look like. They took those pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, they explained all of it. It was, I appreciated that. That was
Yeah,
good
it was
information.
just, that's what they're doing.
Okay,
So the Lake Fork Village Development Agreement,
Lake Fork Village, right there. This is just a discussion from what Lori's been texting Cinda to make sure we're on the right track. This
we've
is a
got these all action items, so these are not action items yet?
you can approve to sign, but the developer signs first and they haven't signed these yet. So unless there's a change in these from what's in there, you guys can approve for signature. Then we'll get them back to the developer saying, okay, the commissioners are good to go with this. Go ahead and sign it, get it back to us, and then we'll bring it in and have you guys sign it.
Can you explain to me, so there's two of them for Lake Fork. Lake Fork Village Development Agreement. I have Lake Fork Village Mixed Use.
Okay.
Is that this one?
Lake Fork Village Mixed Use is off of Adams Circle.
No.
No, Lake Fork Village Mixed Use is off of Pleasant Acres.
It is the Pleasant Acres.
Yes.
So that one is the one with, 2 North Homes?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, storage units, and then I think they wanna do storage units this year, and then they're gonna add a couple of residential apartments in there.
Okay. More storage units.
Yeah.
Really want more storage units. I noticed that on this, the only thing we're getting out of it is them paving Pleasant Acres, but we're prepping it and we are paying for part of the mobilization.
So their little 190-foot long, we don't have, this is something we need to work with on these development agreements. I've talked to Oki this morning. We're gonna work on a little revision on these things this winter,
Good.
because there's no dollar amount for storage units. We have dollar amounts for residential houses, but we do not have any dollar amount to go off of on storage units.
It's mitigating the impacts to the roads.
Right, so
So
it's
why are-
190 feet from the highway apron to the edge of their property. And that puts them over that dollar amount that they would owe us for the 4 residential units. So the county pitching in a little bit, we would go prep the road for them. Then have a paving company come in and pave it.
And they would pay for the paving.
They would pay for the paving.
We need to get this mitigated and resolved. I mean,
Yes.
storage units, how many storage units is it? 8?
Not very many, yeah,
Oh, okay, so it's not gonna be a huge.
pretty minimal. And they're right off the highway, so it's not like they're driving by any residential houses or anything between the highway and their place. And they do understand these development agreements, helping the road department mitigate some issues, gonna help keeping the neighbors happy and everything else.
I'm a huge advocate for landscaping on the scenic byway. Everybody's heard me say more than once.
Is that part of it?
There is, but it's landscaping every 25 feet. That's what planning and zoning agreed to.
Oh,
Well, or it's clumped, so they have to have a tree every, 25 feet, but they could put like 3 trees here and then have a break and another 3 trees here type of a thing.
And those were along the west, east, and north boundaries, and not along the south because it's already industrial. I don't remember. The other thing I'd really like to see on this is my personal input, is we're getting these on the date of approval that are supposed to be agreements with the commissioners. And so what are we agreeing to? I mean, we're not
Right.
getting any input into the agreement.
Well, my understanding is today is your chance, especially on the 3 that the applicant hasn't, there's one that the applicant has signed. The other 3 is, today would be your chance to negotiate or change those terms.
Okay, perfect. So we are not just here to approve them with whatever's already been discussed.
Correct.
All right, on this one, was there anything that you guys saw that you would like to go back to with the developer on this?
borrow this pencil.
I think in the future, it'd be great to email the CUP with it so we can see the layout and such, so we know better.
CUP
Yeah.
and
Exhibit
a site
B.
plan if it's not included in the development agreement.
Yeah, the site plan would be great. We do get the conditions of the CUP.
Oh, yeah, but the site plan. would-
Yeah, the exhibit B.
Or I think actually the CUP, because then we can make sure that we're hearing what the public commented on, and if we could attach it to the email, that'd be great. I don't see anything on this first one.
I have a motion to approve.
Is it to approve?
You can approve what's wrote in here or hold and discuss, but if you're good with what's in here, then it'll go to the developer for signature, then it'll come back for you for your signatures.
But we can go ahead and prove it now.
Right?
Right,
Yeah.
and you know, they might counter and say, oh, wait a minute, like if you were to make a change, maybe they would say, oh, I don't like that, and that would continue the negotiation, correct?
I would move that we approve the Lake Fork Village Development Agreement as presented.
I'll second that.
So moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. I'd really like to see more landscaping. Ashton Corner Development Agreement. On this one, we are getting right of way on
Which one you on?
Ashton Corner.
Yes.
This one, we are getting some, road right of way on Farm to Market in Ashton, is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
And that mitigates the impacts to what's happening in that area.
Yes.
Is that enough?
Yes, that's, these are Dan's, I'm finishing up that Dan had going. So I was kind of part of it and not kind of part of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm following you.
I think this is only a couple lots, isn't it?
Yes, but yeah, these small lots like this, it usually pencils out to be close enough.
I agree with that, so.
And Madam Chair, I am here on behalf of the developer if you have questions on these next two, Ashton Corner and Jug Handle View.
That's why you
Amy Holm for the record.
Double whatever we needed, cause Amy's
Okay.
representing.
I'll walk out.
Just a joke,
Show up,
just a
as
joke,
I was told.
just a joke. Okay,
I'll make a motion that we approve the Ashton Corner Development Agreement.
Second.
they are together. So do you want to?
Which ones are together? This
There's
one
two
and
development agreements.
Yeah,
And
the
the Jug
next one,
Handle?
Jug Handle View's the same developer.
is it?
So there's both those two next ones are on the same contract.
No,
No?
for the record, Madam Chair, Ashton Corner is a separate development agreement from Jug Handle View.
Right.
I think
This
two
have the same
motions
cover
would be
sheet.
appropriate.
Okay. All right,
So in
then,
mine, it shows Ashton Corner on both of them.
Where at, your one,
is
sorry.
that on that cover sheet?
No, on page,
I did,
and then as I scroll down,
There was a few changes that I asked Lori to make before we recorded them. So there is a second development
This is
agreement in
Ashton.
there, Jug Handle View Heights.
Oh, that's mine.
And the documents that we got actually had River Fork Ranch on a few of the pages,
Yeah.
and
Right,
that's all
and
been
Garnet.
corrected.
so that's been corrected,
okay, those have been taken off.
yeah.
Okay.
So Jug Handle and Ashton are in the same document.
They're underneath the same cover
Okay.
sheet. So
But
yeah,
We
but they
received
are
two of them, but they're the same.
Two separate
two
ones,
separate,
so.
okay. So
We need
let's
to-
go ahead and approve Ashton Corner then.
Yep.
It's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
And then Jug Handle was the second part of that, but they were in the same email.
And that was a right-of-way dedication also. That was only three lots?
3 lots.
3 lots. And their entrance will be right across from Kestrel.
I think it's the name of that road, but
Yeah. Or,
Dan recommended.
I would move that we approve the Jug Handle View Heights Development Agreement.
I'll second that.
And moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. And then, I don't remember seeing Lake Fork Preserve, that's where my confusion is lying.
I got Lake Fork Village Development Agreement. Know what that is?
No, that
This,
one was.
this is
Lake
the one
Fork
off of
Village is a
Ashton,
Word
or
document.
not Ashton.
Not
Adam
a, not
Circle.
a PDF. No, never mind, the first one was a Word document.
They both say Lake Fork Village mixed use.
One should say Lake Fork Preserve. Did she accidentally not send that one to you?
I don't see the Lake Fork Preserve.
That might have been, I don't know, sent out early. That one's been ready longer.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
one,
see that one. Tell me about the Lake Fork Preserve.
that was a lot split off of, Adams Circle, which is between Elo Road. It's off of Elo Road.
Yep. Just makes a loop back in there.
Yeah, it comes off of, kind of butts up against, not Nicole's property,
Yeah,
Noakes's property.
How big was the original parcel?
don't remember, but it split a lot and then
Or you need
it is adding some over to the. It changed it.
And so what are we asking for?
Oh, right here towards the front.
Yep, that's
Somewhere.
what I'm looking. So 3, 4. It's about 4. It was about a 5-acre one, and it's going to have 2 lots and then a common drain field area. And then it took a portion of that original, actually, that will get combined with a property to the south. If I remember right.
So what is our
To the east.
agreement? Yeah, what is our agreement with them?
That was, I believe. Well, I didn't even have time to read
I
through
think
these
we're gonna have
things.
to table this one. We need to make sure that before we sign it, that it is something that we're in agreement with. So can you table this to a date certain on October 8th and put that on the agenda for October 8th?
This one's put together different than the other ones.
Would you like a motion?
Yes, please.
I move that we table Lake Fork Preserve number 2 to October 8th. If there's time.
I'll second that.
Or
If-
is there time?
If there's not time, we need to start early. Just get it done. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Okay,
Hey, Lori, will you make sure we get that for the
Yep.
so
rate?
that's it
Okay.
right there.
And I'm sorry to whoever that impacts, but I want to sign something that we don't know.
We don't even have it in our packet, so.
Yep.
Oh,
We'll get that
okay.
to you.
Okay.
That was your
All right, Jeff,
copy.
we're out of time. Is there
Yep,
something
that's
else?
fine.
Okay.
These were, I wrote on them, but you can
Oh, yeah.
erase them. Okay. then
Those
these
are
are
your
mine.
versions?
Yep.
Okay. And we will make sure that all the bottom names and everything are correct on
Thank you.
those other ones.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Right.
Next up, meeting minutes of September 2nd.
Oh,
I would move that we approve the meeting minutes of September 2nd.
Second.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Meeting minutes of September 10th.
I wasn't here, so.
I would move that we approve the meeting minutes of September 10th.
And I did have quite a few corrections on that, so. Guys, we're not gonna be able to hear. Can you step out in the hall, please? Doug, will you guys step out in the hall, please? There were quite a few corrections that Doug, the clerk, did fix, so I will second that. So all in favor? Aye.
Hey,
Meeting minutes of September 11th.
I would move that we approve the meeting minutes of September 11th.
was that special meeting, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Okay, I sent out this morning, I spent some time with the contract between Ignite and the county. And unfortunately, it got to you guys this morning, late, but I did have Clerk Miller print all of that with the correct amounts on them, correct dates. Mr. Ameri had not updated a couple of things that needed to be updated, so you guys did get them this morning. But the biggest one was he had put in there that was $1,000 for a year. It is not, it is $1,000 per month.
I saw that.
So I updated that. And then also all of the contact information will be with Tracy Jameson and not with the Cascade Senior Center. So all of that's been updated.
Okay, I would move that we sign the fiscal year 25-26 Cascade Community Center lease agreement.
Second?
And we include the memorandum of understanding because it is two separate documents.
Yes. I will amend my motion to include the memorandum of understanding.
Okay,
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, that is the last of the stuff on our agenda, so we will adjourn and see you back here at 1 o'clock.
Madam Chairman, before we recess for lunch, I apologize. Did you sign the Meadowlark? Did I give that to you guys to sign?
No.
The agreement with,
Nope.
I'll bring that up
Okay.
after lunch. then.
Are you here to see us or just listening?
Madam Chairman.
Oh, at the 1? Okay.
You're a little early.
And I will recess this